So in celebration of Juneteenth, one of our favorite hometown chefs is serving up a soulful feast that's rich in history and flavor.
Joining us now is the one and only Chef Jesse Jones. Good to see you as
Hey,
always.
thank you.
We love when you come on by.
Yes, I feel like a regular now.
Yeah, you are a
You
regular.
are.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Juneteenth and what it means for you.
Celebration, you know, it's about, rejoicing, family. I know the history is a little tough, but, we got to keep paving the way for our ancestors that, made it happen. We wouldn't be standing here today,
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and food is, it's a jubilee.
Yeah.
Of course. So what makes this Juneteenth menu special?
Well, it's a special because of my mom,
Right.
because I was here.
Yeah.
I did a great, celebration for her 2 years, and she loved stew. And where we from, North Carolina, they love Brunswick stew. Have you heard of Brunswick stew?
No,
No.
talk to us about it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it started off as kind of like a roadkill type dish.
Okay.
Where
A
whatever you find,
roadkill?
yeah, whatever you
Whatever
found
you
on the
found.
road, like a squirrel or rabbit, and they threw it in the pot.
Okay.
So I didn't want to bring the squirrel and rabbit today. I didn't think anybody would taste it. So I did
what'd you bring?
Yeah, so I brought a comfit chicken, and I have pork. It's done with pork and chicken, and I
Okay.
have the potatoes. It's just like, it celebrates Juneteenth because it's everything, all our people in the pot.
Yeah.
You got okra, you got tomatoes represent red, you got
love
green,
okra.
you got limas,
Right.
and you got everything. So I'm gonna get started, and to start off with
What's
this.
beeping here?
This
Yeah.
is.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. That's telling me stop talking and cook. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of onions, and this is just with a little bit of lard. Have you heard of comfit, Dan?
Of what?
Comfit.
Comfit.
It's
No.
something submerged in fat. So this is lard that I put in here.
Okay, so you submerge it in the
So
lard.
you cook it low and slow,
I always
like
thought of
250.
lard as a funny word.
Yeah, lard or duck fat. You normally
Okay.
do duck
Okay,
fat, but I
let's
like
say duck
lard.
fat.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of garlic in there.
Just a little.
Okay, a little
Yep.
bit.
I like lots of garlic.
Oh yeah, okay. So if you like a lot of garlic, we'll put some more in there.
Maybe not everybody
Yeah.
else does.
So yeah, so now that I sweat the onions already, it's gonna make it kind of fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you look, and so the recipe, once you get this, you know how you normally like have a roux? You don't have to put a roux because once you
roux,
put,
okay, gotcha,
you know,
yeah.
you don't need this because once you put so much in, you're
Yeah.
gonna see, right? So you put your stock in.
Okay.
Chicken stock?
Yep, chicken stock.
Okay.
Sorry. So put your stock in and that cooks. Now you put your barbecue sauce in.
Barbecue
Okay.
sauce.
Yes, barbecue sauce. And you put tomato puree.
Okay.
Did it turn on? I'm gonna turn it back in.
Yep.
There we go.
I
Yep,
thought
there we
that
go.
was hot sauce for a second. I was like, ooh, that'll be good. Nice and spicy.
What are we doing here? Sorry.
It's okay.
There we go. The one thing about induction cooking, it's either you get a high, and it's hard to like maintain it low.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now you put, so for instance, once you saute your onions, once you got your garlic, you got your flavor there, and your barbecue sauce and your tomato puree, you let this cook down a little bit,
Okay.
to get the flavor in, and then it's pretty much adding everything because everything's seasoned already,
Okay.
So you put in your lima beans.
Lima bean. I was trying to figure out what the name of the beans were.
Yeah.
I love
put
it.
in your corn.
We get some something to taste with later.
Put in your potatoes. This is pretty much everything in the pool, because everything is seasoned. Put your okra in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
okra.
Yeah.
You like okra?
I love okra.
I love okra
Look, you
too.
put your tomatoes. These are roasted tomatoes.
Okay.
Put everything in there. See how that's looking?
Wow.
And then you go in with your comfit chicken
Yeah.
and your slow pork.
And
It's
your
everything.
squirrel.
You have squirrel if you want.
Yeah.
Or venison or anything.
Yeah, or venison. You could do venison. You could do a great, a nice rabbit will go good. So see how that's looking?
Yeah.
Everything in there. And then you go in there with Worcestershire sauce. We never could pronounce that, right?
Worcestershire.
Yep, a little bit of black
Worcestershire
pepper.
sauce. This looks amazing.
Spice it up.
A little cayenne in there.
Could you
Not
put
that
in a
much
dash of
salt.
hot
Not that
sauce
much
in
salt
there?
because the chicken confit is
Okay.
has a
Already
lot of salt.
salty, okay.
And the
Yep.
tomatoes, do they have some salt?
Yep, tomatoes has a little salt.
Yeah.
And you see how that is looking voila.
Yeah.
And then we
Looking
come over
very
here.
well done.
And here is. Yep, stir that up.
That's
Oh, you
nice
got a
and
nice
thick.
finished one over there.
I'm gonna turn that, and this is the finished result. I have
Okay.
that, and this is the famous hummingbird cake, and it's pineapples and pecans and bananas. So delicious, Southern staple, especially
Hold
for
on.
Juneteenth.
We want to take a
And
little dip into
yeah,
this.
please.
Okay, this is supposed
Let's
to be
see
a
what
bowl.
you think.
That's okay. We'll do whatever we have to do.
So
And what are these over here?
when Jesse come to town, it's like either it's a bowl or plate we're gonna eat.
Oh, no.
And tell us about the bread.
So the bread is it's a beanie roll,
I
a
think it's
yeast
so
roll,
good.
and it's super good. Goes good. You dip it in. You know, you dip that in there. But you know, down the south, you got to slop the biscuit.
This is
So you slop the
delicious.
bread right up in there.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that, huh? Look at that, right? You do this.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
yummy.
Dan, you know how to do it. That's how you do it. You know, even on TV, just get in there.
Oh, yeah, I am. There's a TV on right now? There's a camera on me? No way.
Wow,
That's delicious.
this is
Yeah,
so good.
well, thanks for
I
having
can't
me.
stop eating.
And I appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed it. It's a
This
low
in the
and slow.
cookbook?
It's really good. No, that's not in the cookbook.
This is something else.
But you know what? They could probably the next book. You know.
You got another one? Is that cheese?
Yeah. You know, you never know. I want to. You know.
Okay,
Maybe
now
a dessert, yeah, because you know, every time I come, I play around with my handcrafted dessert. So this
We're gonna have
baby
to try
right
that
here.
too.
You got
So
to try
how
that.
are you celebrating Juneteenth?
You know, I'm actually just happy to be alive. You know, I'm celebrating, you know, for our ancestors and having a good time. I planned this, and it's just relaxing, you know, taking a day off, you know.
Celebrating.
We might go out to the park and see some festivities, but
Yeah.
you know,
Nice.
I'm unwinding because I'm like super busy, so it's like,
Of course.
So I'm gonna take a little break.
What's in a hummingbird cake?
So it's bananas, it's pineapple,
Oh, sorry.
pecans, and cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
You
Well,
want to
We're
take a
gonna try that
look?
in the break.
You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then we'll try it in the
let's cut
break.
this.
Chef, thanks
Look
so
at that.
much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Great having you as always.
Oh my Lord,
On this
super.
Juneteenth.
It's super moist. Look at this.
All right.
Wow.
While he
Look
cuts,
at that,
oh my
huh?
gosh.
Ooh,
While
Lord
he
have
cuts into
mercy,
that,
Lord.
we'll tell you what's coming up on the Pix
Right.
11 Morning News.
Thanks, Jesse.